Hello everyone. So I'm back today with another project using the Seneca Falls Clique Kit for the month of November. I'm going to be creating for this video a mixed media background using some of my supplies and some of the supplies from the Clique Kit color kit. And then if you want to see the rest of my process for the video and to see the finished layout, you can head over to the Clique Kits website or Clique Kits YouTube channel and check out that too. So I'm just giving you a little peek here at all of those supplies we're going to be using today. So I'm starting by cutting down a sheet of white cardstock. This is Basil Coconut Swirl white cardstock. So it's just a regular heavy cardstock. This is the cardstock I used to cut in my silhouette. And this particular layout, while it does have some mixed media and some stamping, it doesn't have a lot of water. So I know I can use this nice bright white for my background and it won't become warped. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some purple tape and a stencil, and I'm going to grab my stencil brushes and my Distress Oxide inks. I'm going to start by putting the purple tape and adhering it to my glass mat, and this will help to keep everything steady so I will get exactly the stenciling that I want. This stencil is just a stencil from Clear Snap. It is just like a little sunburst circle, but I thought it would work really well for the idea that I had. So I have here Spiced Marmalade, Tattered Rose, and hold on, I'll check my pink. That darker pink color is Worn Lipstick. So Worn Lipstick, Spiced Marmalade, and Tattered Rose. And I am using my Stencil Brushes, which I truly believe are the most amazing invention ever. If you are someone who doesn't like things to get super messy and cleaning things is just not your deal and you don't like the marks that a sponge ink blender makes, I really feel like stencil brushes are the way to go. They're really fabulous. They are super easy to use, super easy to clean, and most importantly, unlike the little foam pads on an ink blender, you don't have to replace these, so that means you don't have to buy them. I am a big proponent of things that don't require refills. I bought myself the Tim Holtz Guillotine trimmer because I don't want to have to try to find the blades that go in trimmers. I don't like having to replace the little foamy things on my ink blenders. If there was a product out there that I could find and purchase that would allow me to not have to buy adhesive refills, I would be all over that. Because even ATGs, first of all, they're hugely heavy and, no. Secondly, look at my hands. They're bigger than, an ATG is bigger than my hands. But anyway, yeah, so I do like things like these stencil brushes where I can use them and they're easy to clean and I don't have to buy or refill anything to be able to use them. So I'm just going to make this little starburst pattern down the side of my page, and this is going to be the first layer of our background. It's going to be just to provide a little bit of pattern. I'm going to end up covering a lot of this up, not so that you can't see it, but just I'm going to cover it with some stamping, which we're going to do next. And this is why I love my mixed media mat and my stencil brushes. Everything that I just used to create that background can be cleaned with a baby wipe. So I'm going to hit my media mat, my stencil, and my stencil brushes with a baby wipe. So super easy clean. And then I just have some paper towel to get the wet off so that I don't warp or mess with my paper when I put it back down. Yeah, I love that. Stencil brushes and Distress Oxides and stencils are just wonderful, wonderful things to put onto a mixed media background because it's just super easy to clean. And this is how I clean my stencil brushes. Just lay a baby wipe down, brush over them till I get the majority of the ink off, and then move on to the next one. And I have one stencil brush for every color family, and that will, because they do stain, the bristles stain, and there's nothing you can do about that, and it's totally fine. But, yeah. So I'm just going to clean up, and then we'll get to the next part of our background. So I let the Distress Oxide kind of dry for a while, maybe half hour, 20, 25 minutes. I don't think you need to let it dry that long, but I knew I wanted to do some heat embossing on top of it. So I wanted to get it really good and cured before I started that process so that the embossing powder wouldn't stick to the oxide ink. So what I'm going to do is, this is the stamp set that came in this month's color kit. It's an Avery Elle stamp set, and I've never used stamps from them before, but I was very impressed with this one. It's beautiful. I really, really like it. So I have an anti-static powder tool here, and I'm just going to kind of rub it over my area so that, just to be extra sure that we're not going to have powder sticking to the distressed oxides. And then I'm going to heat emboss a pattern on top of my stenciled area. I kind of know where I want my photo to go. I want it to go up there in that top corner, so I don't even bother embossing that area. My heat tool is off to the side, and it's been heating up for probably less than 5 minutes. I got it good and hot because I know that I'm going to be doing a lot of embossing on this paper, and I want to limit the amount of time the heat tool is in contact with the paper as much as possible. So I'm going to emboss using, this is the Rose Gold embossing powder from Altenew, and I'm going to alternate embossing powders. So I'm going to use both Rose Gold and Golden Peach embossing powder. So to me, to my eye, Rose Gold looks more just like a gold color, and the Golden Peach color is metallic as well, and it's like a peachy gold, and it's stunning. The Golden Peach embossing powder might be my very favorite embossing powder, other than some of my Emerald Creek ones. So I am just going to go ahead and heat emboss all the leaves and little acorns and little bits and bobs all down the side, right over my stenciling, to create the rest of my background. And while this definitely was a time-consuming endeavor because I was using 2 different kinds of colors of embossing powder, so I had to do it in like little chunks because I wanted them to alternate and be like all these little fall things were kind of falling down the side of my page. It turned out beautiful. I love the colors I chose. I think it just provided that wonderful background for my photo, and it also kind of set my colors. So when I went through the Seneca kit, I pulled all the like pinks and oranges and a little bit of craft and things like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the heat embossing on this background. And then the last thing I'm going to add to this background is some gold splatters with Shimmer's Golden Days Vibes. Thank you so much. This is going to complete this background tutorial. If you'd like to see the rest of this layout and how it comes together, you can catch the rest of the process video over on the Clique Kits YouTube channel. I've been having so much fun breaking my videos up and being able to talk to you more about some of my backgrounds this month, and I'd love to hear what you think of it. Here is a close-up and a little sneak peek as to what our finished layout will look like. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!